that I reintroduce to you our good friend, former Congressman Robert Wexler.
Definitely, I'm not Robert Wexler, but let me take a moment to introduce everyone to our own Sheriff, Alan Birdie, who's sitting right up here. Sheriff Birdie. And Representative Gilby Robinson. Robin's over.
Thank you very much. Thank you to Ari Porth, who does an extraordinary job for all of you in Tallahassee. For me, this is a heartwarming moment to be back in Kings Point, to be back with so many dear friends, and quite frankly, to do something I've never done before in my life. As some of you, many of you know, I grew up in a house where Hubert Humphrey was the most extraordinary person on earth. My father taught me never to cross a picket line. And when I had the privilege of representing Broward and Palm Beach counties, it was all about representing working people, seniors. I learned politics in the halls of clubhouses from here in Kings Point to the Kings Point and Delray Beach to the 3 Century Villages, everywhere wonderful, I learned politics. But the thing that I especially understood from the gentlemen that fought in World War II and the Korean conflict, from the extraordinary women that literally rebuilt our nation from the depths of a depression, I learned citizenship. I learned patriotism. Because you know this, Governor. Charlie knows this. But in this room are examples of the finest American citizens you will find anywhere. They have lived and fought for American ideals from the moment they could think. And that brings us to today. I'm here to endorse for the United States Senate Charlie Crist. And I do so because he's earned it. And let me share with you why I'm doing this today. The first time in my life I've ever endorsed anybody who wasn't a Democrat. It's so odd, it doesn't even sound right. But it's real important. It's real important, and let me tell you why. When we had our election catastrophe in 2000, and Florida became the household joke of the nation, of the world, I then, on behalf of my constituents, took on a 4 or 5 year quest. To do what? To simply make certain that Florida's voting system had a voter verifiable paper trail. Well, I sued in state court, the trial court, the appellate court, the Supreme Court. I lost in all 3. I did the same thing in federal court, the trial court, the appellate court, the Supreme Court. Lost in all 3. Tried it in the legislatures. Lost. And then what happened? An unlikely hero. The new governor of the state, Charlie Crist. We talked. And he said, what is it precisely you're after? And I shared with him, not what I'm after, what the people of Florida are after. And I talked to him about the need to have a voter verifiable paper trail. And guess what? There's one man, not a cadre of people, not a minion of people, not hundreds of people, not thousands of people. There's one man responsible for bringing to Florida a voter verifiable paper trail. He did so against political odds. He shepherded it through a totally Republican-controlled legislature. We have Charlie Crist to thank for fixing Florida's election problems. frankly, if that's all there was, that would be enough to send this man to the United States Senate, but that is just the beginning. I know, and so does the governor, and so does Ari, and so does everyone else, how dearly the people in this community respect a woman's right to choose. It's a part of the fabric of liberty and freedom that we enjoy as Americans. Not a cadre of people, not hundreds, not thousands. There was one man who not too long ago put his pen to a paper and vetoed the most oppressive piece of legislation towards women in our nation to protect Florida's women from the undue influences of some political extreme thought, and that man's right here, Governor Charlie Crist.